Hello and welcome to the Strensham project, where the team are delivering an £8.6 million project to upgrade the existing plant.
This is Strensham Water Treatment Works, where we provide the majority of the drinking water for Coventry and Warwickshire. When you look at these old filters, they certainly are a cause for concern. I can't wait for the new filter scheme to finish.
The sooner the better for me, Mike.
Well, Strensham normally has all of its filters in service and tends to run at the top end of its production scale. So to take 3 filters out at one time felt quite risky. But we had buy-in from resources so that they could reduce demand on Strensham, and we also had a good buy-in from the contractor. I knew exactly what his timescales were and what they needed to achieve by taking 3 filters out. So I felt much more confident that that was the way to go.
Okay, let's quickly just review the scope again. We're doing the chemical dosing, we're doing the refurbishment of the 21 filters, which includes new blowers, backwash feed pumps, new flooring and new media and new control system.
Quality-wise, the new filters are performing really well, but we've also found that we can extend the filter run times from 48 hours to 72 hours. This means we save 50% of the backwash water that we used to use.
In terms of going forward with the performance, what we're going to do with the operating conditions of the filters, how are we going to improve them?
We're going to look at improving the performance of the filters in terms of being able to extend the run lengths and also perhaps the flow rate through them. But we're going to do this step by step so we don't risk any quality issue.
The team are working in a slightly different way here, using collaborative planning techniques to increase the productivity of the scheme and reduce the overall project time, shared goals to make a success of the project.
Thank you for coming here today to review the collaborative filter programme for Strensham RGF. With us at the midpoint of the project, where we're looking to move from one side of the gallery through to the other, I thought it's a perfect opportunity to get everyone back together to review our current programme, see what's working well and what we can improve on.
But if there was a quality issue, the filter has to stay up.
Correct, yeah.
And then that puts the whole programme at risk as well.
Well, we've managed to do 3 things, haven't we? We've managed to keep quality, improve the efficiency of the plant and compress the programme as well.
With all the collaborative planning that you can see behind me, we're looking at about 43 weeks saving on the initial programme.
Well, overall, the original programme was 88 weeks. That has brought it down to 45 weeks. That not only benefits cost aim, but also benefits service delivery. You've got your assets sooner. It benefits the process team, so your process risks is reduced sooner. It means that we are achieving our Reg 28 date, something that we weren't achieving with our original 88-week programme. But ultimately, it means we're benefiting the 330,000 customers that Strensham serves water to.
Hi Steve, we'd like to shut down Strensham. We're looking at 8-hour shuts, 6 hours of work with a couple of hours of contingency. There's a couple of things that we need to do on the site.
Yeah, I've got some HV maintenance I want to undertake. Okay.
Yeah, and we're looking at putting a static mixer into D-stream and a new inlet penstock on one of the clarifiers. So the beauty about the work that I want to get done is that if you say stop, we can stop.
Okay, so we've got emergency restart time of around, we're looking 2 to 3 hours in case we have any issues at any of the treatment works across the grid. Okay, but we need to go through due process to make sure we tick all the boxes to make sure there's no impact on our customers.
So really, I suppose for the lessons learned what happened at the last shutdown is that you want us to start later in the day as opposed to starting early morning before peak demand.
Yeah, that would mitigate any impacts on no supplies along the RSA. So if you can wait till after peak demand, sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock, that'd be spot on for us.
So Steve, if we're looking to start about 9:30, we could be going into a 6-7 o'clock finish. I'll have to go back to Costain and speak to them and look at the collaborative working between us and Costain and see if we can get the people and the resources in place.
We'll take the collaborative approach and apply it to any future schemes at Strensham and in wholesale operations.
So Keith, what do you think has made the difference to Xylem here at Strensham?
Well, the difference for us is that we've been pulled in early to look at the design of the filters, how it's going to work, the equipment that we're providing is going to operate in the correct fashion. We helped MWH quite early on with the design of how to introduce the extra backwash water into the system, because we were operating that.
Yep.
And we were able to look very closely at the distribution of the backwash water into the underdrain system, which is very important when it comes to washing of the filters.
Real key factors of the programme was getting it down, so the grouting doing on a weekend is really shortened the programme, you know, not giving us any downtime in the cells.
Yes, that's correct. We grout on a Friday. The whole programme's arranged around that, so that gives the weekend for the grout to cure, and we can carry on working on a Monday with no downtime to the programme.
We're also using extensive off-site manufacture to increase the productivity and reduce the programme duration of the project significantly.
In the early stages, we devised a lifting frame to attach to the underside of the skid, which enabled us to install the wheel wall after the skid, so we can get the skid on early days and freed up all the work for everyone else.
Normally the approach for this is to use individual ductile iron fittings,
yes,
bends, tees, valves and so on, individually have to be lifted over the gallery here. So we decided to go for continuously welded stainless steel, which could be fabricated into much larger pieces. But the design was developed by you guys to take also the flooring, the hand railing, a complete assembly that was a single lift, and I think that's a brilliant development of the design.
The good thing about modular is you can build it big, large, just ship it on a wagon straight to site.
Right, of course.
Get it on the crane and lift it in. Not only does it benefit our business in terms of prefabrication and keeping our workshop going, it also cuts down a lot of the site activity and site lifting, which makes it a safer environment.
What I really like about this is that the moment it's lifted onto the coping, it's safe. Hand railing, flooring, whereas if you're individually fabricating pipework, valves and bits and pieces, it's inherently unsafe until it's complete.
It's one of the key factors that's really helped shorten the programme down on the overall project.
Yep. So in a nutshell, pre-assembly saves 1,000 lifts.
So the Atlas Copco blowers are an all-in-one package plant that combine the blowers themselves along with a local control panel, all inside a weatherproof enclosure. So they've got the bonus of having a really quick installation time on site, there's less pre-work to do in advance, a really quick commissioning period, and they have the main advantage of being a plug-and-play system.
From my first budget, I've reported over 800 grand saving.
I would encourage the projects to get in contact with us down here in Strensham, come down, see the work that we do here and give it a go for yourself.
Overall, the team are aligned, delivering fantastic project for the client with aligned goals. This has led to significant savings in both time and cost across the project and making a significant improvement to the customer.